to unwrap my hair. It's raining outside. When it is raining, anytime that I have to step out this bitch, I have to wrap my hair because shit will get real fast. But before I start this video, I gotta find my part. Before I start this video, is that my part? Help me. Before I start this video, I just want to tell you guys that I broke one of the lights last week. That is why this video may look a little darker, especially on my side, because I have the light like kinda in the middle, but more on Tanea's side. Because she's darker. And that's no shade. No shade. But yeah, so I wanted to let you guys know. And I actually got the light in the mail, but thank you. And I actually got the light in the mail, but the bulb is stuck in it to where I need like something to hold it and twist it out. And I can't find it. So I didn't find it in time to do this video, but I didn't want that to stall me any longer from recording the video. So what's going on, YouTube? It's me, Tiffany, and I'm here with my co-host, Tanea.
It's Tanea. Hey guys.
And we're back with an all-new scandal review. Today is Saturday, February the 10th.
Yeah?
Yeah.
February the 10th.
Listen.
Saturday.
Is it February the 10th?
I believe so.
We just got 2 new puppies. If you watched our video, you saw that, so you know what puppies are like, and it's just a lot going on in this house right now. Like,
when I was just on the phone, I was just like, why the hell would I become a pet mom and a dance mom in the same year?
Try having an 11-year-old and 2 newborn puppies. It's honestly like...
And the 11-year-old, she's in 3 dance classes. Hip-hop, modern, and ballet. And
they want her to go to the advanced one. So it's just a lot going on right now. But we're here, nonetheless, because you guys are also my babies. So we're reviewing episode 11, entitled Army of One. I don't want to say I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, because then everybody be like, you always say you thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'll say it. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good episode, and I kind of, I love the way it ended. Even though my baby got shot, y'all know I was going off about that. And I saw a couple of people, especially Tamelia, like, y'all hated Olivia, now she shot, y'all trying to love again. Y'all know I love Liv. But last week I had to tell her about herself. She was tripping.
See, the thing about it is, it's like your older sister. You love your older sister regardless of the fuck shit that they may do.
Right.
And the thing about her being your sister is, you can comment on the fuck shit and tell her how much of a dumbass bitch she is, and even make her your hate person for a day. But in the end, you will constantly love her.
You need this comb. So it's just frizzled. And I don't want you to tell me later, why you ain't telling me?
That was all comey and shit.
So let's get into this video, because I have to go get the 11-year-old very soon. So this episode starts off, it literally went right into the episode.
And that's what I wanted.
Right from where it ended. No. So it's just basically Liv, telling her, what did you do? Why would you do this? Don't be dumb, bitch. Why would you let Jake get into your fucking head? It's supposed to be me and you. We talked about this before. And she was just like, bitch, this ain't got shit to do with Jake. This is about you killing Rashad. And she was like, Melly, I did that for you. I did that because that was what needed to be done. And, she's just trying to explain herself. And Melly was just like, girl, you gotta go. You have to get the fuck out of here, because when you made that call, you were basically calling me a bad president. That's what you were calling me. You felt like because of that Rashad shit, you thought I wasn't going to be able to handle my own. Now, even though we all know that Melly was about to fuck up.
You was about to send the United States of America to war.
Right.
Because you had feelings for this man.
We all knew including Liv, that you were about to fuck up. But I understand you and your feelings,
right.
so I get it.
Because if you think about it, the other guy that came that was the enemies of Bashan, you wouldn't have went to war for his ass
right.
if he would have came and his people staged a coup while he was with you. You wouldn't have been like, oh, let's go to war. You would have sent his ass packing. So,
and, you know, Liv, like, I kind of was starting to feel bad because Liv just kept on saying, like, don't do this. And Melly was like, look, tomorrow you're going to resign, or you're going to go to this press conference and you're going to resign, or I'm going to go to the press conference and I'm going to terminate you. And I'm going to let them know that you were fired. So we can do this.
I can let you resign and do it the nice way, or I can be the mean bitch.
I can be the mean bitch, and Liv is still just like, Melly, don't do this. And she's just like, Liv, you gotta go. Like, she just keeps telling her you gotta go, and I was just like, Liv, leave. Like, I never saw you beg like this in my life. And it's just like, I get what Liv is saying. Like, I mean, Jake is a fuck nigga anyway. You can't trust his ass, but at the same time, it's like, she really can't trust Liv these days either.
Because Liv has her own agenda.
Right.
And so it's just like, okay, I'm going to present you my agenda, Melly. If you don't sign off on what I want to say, on what I want to do, I'm still going to make what I want to do happen. Right. So it's just like, I understand. Like, yeah.
But look, even in this situation, because she's literally thinking to herself, the reason she keeps saying don't do this is because it's like, because if you do this, I'm going to get you.
Right.
Like, you're not going to just get away this easy with firing me or making me resign and making Jake your chief of staff.
Because that's the other thing. You're not going to give this nigga my job.
Right. Like, okay, bitch. So then we go to, then it's like the news, and the news is breaking, and it's like they're talking about how it's been allegations that Olivia Pope is resigning as a chief of staff, and everybody's watching it on the news, and even Liv's watching it like, well, how the fuck did this get out?
Right.
I even was like, well, damn, did somebody leak it to the press? What the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, shit is always buzzing.
So it gets to Jake, and Jake and his wife are seeing David Rose, and of course seeing the lawyer of the United States. And, you know, he's just going over things, and he's just asking him, you know, is it anything that I don't know about? Like, is there anything that I should know that could come out? Or, you know, I just need to know, because you know how shit is always coming out. But I'm just like, first of all, Vanessa, where the fuck have you been at? Like, I always forget that Jake has a whole fucking wife.
I never forget.
It's stupid to me. Like, I feel like he shouldn't even have a fucking wife. He's constantly.
Well, you remember he had to have a wife because he was running for vice president.
So anyway, Jake is just, I mean, the wife is like, no, and like they're in Jake's gloating to her, talking about something. This is what we wanted. I'm chief of staff. I'm like,
you fucking dumbass idiot.
Jake.
Like.
Okay, Jake. So he's like, well, we had an open marriage. And the wife is like, I mean, did you really have to tell him that? He's like, yeah, I mean, she's fucking somebody else. I feel like I should tell you. And he's just like, you know, well, David's like, I don't think it should be a problem. You know, y'all aren't having sex with like a Russian whore or anything. But it's funny that he fucking said that. A Russian whore, because the whole Russian situation in this episode. Okay, yeah, it's just too much. I'm just like, oh, so y'all have an open marriage. I mean, did I miss this in the episode, or is this something they didn't show?
So, no, there's something that they didn't show, but if you notice, they said that they have an open marriage, but he only talked about her.
Right. He
didn't talk about him fucking Olivia Pope whenever he gets a chance.
Well, we don't even have to talk about that because we already know. So then we get to Quinn, and Quinn has also watched the news and sees that Olivia Pope might be resigning, and she basically goes to Papa and she's telling him, like, you know, this might be a way for us to be able to get Liv. Like, this could be our chance. And she just, like, keeps talking about it. And Papa Pope is just telling her, don't be dumb. I mean, even though she could possibly be resigning and she, you know, she might not be in the White House anymore, she's still in control. Like,
right. She's still commanding.
Like, why are you trying to make it seem like you don't know how this works? And Quinn is just like, no, but blah, blah, blah. You know how Quinn starts to talk, and Rowan, like, gives her that stern, no!
Because, like he said, he was like, who pushes the rumors out?
Yeah.
Like, who gets the media talking? Like, you can't move that quick. Like, you have to be more careful.
Yeah, but see, the only thing about it is, I was just looking at Quinn, I was just waiting for this shit to happen, because Rowan is very controlling. Yeah, like, he can be nice when you're doing exactly what he wants you to do. Like, he has to be in control. The minute you try to think for yourself or think that you're going to break away, that's just like him and Jake. When Jake moves in and Jake stays there and they eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner together and he kills whoever Papa says, everything's fine.
Right.
The minute Jake step out the damn door, he trying to shoot him in the fucking head, kill him, get him assassinated, like
all types of
it's
things.
just it's a lot. Same with Liv, but he can't control Liv. So then we get to Charlie, and Charlie comes into OPA or QPA, but you know, you can just see it in his face, some relief.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Quinn is alive. And it almost kind of seems like he kind of wants to say something about them. And who asks him? Did he ask Abby or did Abby ask him that they know about Liv? One of them said it to them. I'm like, did you hear about Liv? Oh, no, it was Charlie. Mm-hmm. Charlie was like, did you hear about Liv? And she was like, what? She was like, my Olivia Pope beeper has been going off all morning or something like that. And then Abby told him that a case came in. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, oh, like, I thought we were talking about shutting it down or whatever. And she was like, no, we have a case or whatever. So then we get to this case, and it's a man there, and he's basically saying that $12 million popped up into his account out of no fucking where. And he's just like, you know, usually anybody would be happy about that. Like, he's like, I've gone to the bank. I really looked into this. Like, even the bank told me, like, it wasn't a mistake. Like, however this money got there, it was supposed to be for the right reason. So he's just like, I've been trying to figure out who did it. And then he's like, I got this email, but it's all in Russian. So basically, they gave him money, and they said, didn't they just say, like, thank you for joining the team or working with us?
Yeah, like something for working with us. But the thing is, when did Charlie be able to speak Russian?
Charlie is multi-talented.
Because if you know, when he was like, it's in Russian, they just gave it to Charlie. Oh, I didn't know he was a Russian translator.
Charlie is talented.
Okay.
You didn't know? Look at Liv. Liv speak fucking Chinese, Japanese, all
That's
types
because
of
she
shit.
went to so many different schools.
I mean, well, he's an international spy, bitch.
Okay.
He had to learn the languages.
True, okay.
So then we get to Jake, and he's in the aquarium, the fish tank, the pool, wherever B613 is held at now. And he calls Melly in, and Melly's just like, you know, you don't summon me here anymore, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, actually,
I want you to calm your fucking ass down.
I was calling you because this is not Olivia Pope as the chief of staff anymore or command. You know, I'm in control of all that, and I want to keep you in the loop. Like, it's not going to be any secrets. Anything that I'm using or I'm doing, I want you to be included. So he's like, you know, I wanted to show you around. And right as he's about to, everything cuts the fuck off.
I said, oh shit.
I was like,
up to her tricks.
Mm-hmm. So instantly, so Melly was just kind of like, it kind of just made Jake look bad. Because it's like, you called me down here to keep me in the loop. But obviously you ain't got shit running right because
you're not commanding.
Shit is cut off or whatever. Yeah, because she didn't give Jake command, did she? Did I miss that?
Nobody can give command, but command.
I'm just
the
like,
president does not.
Yeah, like I'm just like, did you think when you got chief of staff that automatically made you command?
Like
maybe because you couldn't go in the pool no more. I mean, she's not allowed in the White House. Like, I'm not sure, Jake. But
only command can give up command. Like, we know this.
So we find out that it was Liv shut it down, and he calls Liv, and he's just like, don't do this, and she's just like, well, it was, you know, it's one thing that you forgot. You can't take command. And I'm just like, oh god,
you can't. Command has to be given to you.
Because the thing is, like, Jake is smart, but he's not smarter than Olivia.
Not even smart that he's not smarter than her. He really seriously doubts her ruthlessness.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because he's constantly warning everybody else about how Liv is.
Because the thing about it is, the person that she's in love with is Fitz. And you see the shit that she do to him? She almost tried to kill her fucking father. What the fuck do you think she gonna do to you?
So he calls some girl in to try to figure out what happened and why it shut down and to fix it. And she's like, basically somebody freaked it, I think she said.
Freaked it,
but it's with a PH. And she was like, you know, but whoever did this is old school. Like, they used a whistle or some shit to shut it down.
Oh, she told him about the whistle thing. And she was like, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, this is some old shit.
Right. So then Jake, you know, he tells Melly, he goes to Melly, he's talking to her, he basically tells her that he has it under control. Like, he's just like, you know, I got it, calm down. But Melly's kind of like flipping out, and Melly told him, you know, to not underestimate Olivia Pope. Like, she is not going to back down. Like, this is just the beginning of what the fuck she's about to do. So then Cyrus comes in and, you know, they're basically like, Cyrus, this isn't the fucking time. But you know Cyrus, lately, he's just like,
you don't want to
kill me if you want to. I'm still going to say whatever I want to. He's just getting smart with Jake, getting smart with Melly. You know, he's really walking around without a fuck to give these days. Because if you notice, these past couple seasons, Cyrus has kind of calmed down. You know, I don't know if it was that new haircut, the new hair color. Y'all notice they changed Cyrus up. I don't know what it was, but he's just on some other shit.
Them tips.
So he comes in and he tells them that he has a way to wait. Oh no, this is not that part. Okay, so this is when Jake, as he's coming in, Jake leaves. So Jake, so when he leaves out, Cyrus is just like, you know, what did he do to you? Like, what did he threaten you with to make him chief of staff? Like, it has to be something. Like, he's telling, like,
what does he have over you?
Right, and she's just like, why do you think he has something over me? I made him chief of staff because I wanted to. And he's just like, you can't be this stupid. Like, if he does something bad, you don't reward him with chief of staff. You need to give this motherfucker the electric chair. Like, what the fuck are you doing right now, Melly? And it just further proves to Cyrus, because in Cyrus's mind, Cyrus is also like a lot of men. He really don't feel like Melly should be the president of the United States. Like, he really feels like she can't handle it. He don't think she's stupid, but he thinks she's stupid.
She's easily influenced.
Yeah,
but
so
the thing is, Melly is easily influenced.
Yeah, so this kind of like it kind of like confirms to him, like, wow, like, she's really lost her mind. She really don't know what the fuck she's doing. So she kind of go off of him and tell him, like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I did this on purpose. You can either get on board or get the fuck off board, but don't come at me no more. I'm just like, I can just see now by the end of this episode, between Liv being mad at Jake and Melly, Cyrus about to be mad at Jake and Melly.
Right.
Like, you don't want to fuck with these two. You don't want them two to gang up on you.
Exactly. Like, it's like two monsters.
So then Quinn walks up on Papa Pope while they're at the house, and, you know, he's just rocking the baby or whatever. And she tells him, like, you know, this is why you don't want to do it. Like, this is why you don't want to go against Olivia Pope, because you don't want to lose me and Robin. Like, but newsflash, like, we are not your family. Like, she's not your granddaughter. We don't belong to you. Eventually, we are going to leave.
See, that's the thing. Like, you gotta come at him a certain way. You can't just, you literally can't say anything you think to him. Because this man is crazy. He only speaks 2 languages, and that is 3. Violence, dinosaur, and wine.
Right.
So, it's just like...
So she's just like, you know, you just don't want to be lonely.
And you remember she told him he was getting
soft. And I was saying, she was like, and you're getting soft. And that kind of like, that right there triggered something.
It was the dinosaur and the violence started talking.
So he basically warns her, like, he kind of raises his tone again.
He says, bitch, you don't want to call me soft while I have your fucking daughter in my hands, because I'll tell you what's soft. Her fucking neck. Under my hands when I crush her fucking throat while you're watching.
And then demonstrates. Starts to go towards her hand. And she's just like, no. And he's like, see? He was like, see, just by the thought of me hurting her is making you feel like you're about to throw up. Like your whole body is filled with fear. And you're sitting here asking me to give you permission and for me to hurt my child.
And send her to jail for the rest of her life.
I can't do it.
It's the same thing. It's not going to happen.
He was like, just the way you feel, because you're a parent. I'm a parent too. You know, believe it or not, Olivia Pope was my child, despite what you may see us arguing, her trying to kill me,
it's just they have a dysfunctional relationship, but it's still parents.
So, I just feel like in that moment, you know, once he gave her the baby, because at first she was like, give me the baby, and he was like, he pushed her away, and then he gave her the baby. But I feel like in that very moment, she was just like, okay, it's time for me to go. Like, I gotta figure out a plan to get the fuck out of this house, because this motherfucker is crazy. We're never going to get Olivia Pope, which means I'm never going to get the fuck out of this house. And I don't know why he thought that he was going to be able to keep her in the fucking house anyway.
Right, like, he was was crazy.
Remember, this is a person who had to change her whole identity and move across the country and pretend that Lindsay Dwyer was somewhere of the past. Like, no, she's just not going to let it happen that easily. So then we get back to OPA, and Huck is basically trying to figure out where this email came from. And, you know, it's just hard. Like, he's like, you know, whoever did this, like, it's sending me in circles. He's like, every time I think I got it, it sends me right back to the beginning. And, you know, even though they're supposed to be cracking the fucking email, he's kind of impressed. Because it's like, if you did this and I can't crack it, this is the shit. And Charlie is just like, bitch, we supposed to be fixing this shit. So, you know, I think one of them was just like, are you sure there's nothing else you didn't tell us? And then Abby comes in, which to me in this moment, it was like, oh, Abby was back. She was like, oh yeah, it's something he didn't tell you. She starts throwing down all his shit.
She turned on the fucking TV.
Right, oh yeah, and she turned on the TV and she was like, he's having an affair. And, it was like, I think she had found like hotel receipts and shit like that. But he basically tells him that, you know, he's fucking, no, before that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I think Huck turned on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, Abby, he's sleeping with
Vanessa. Like, who the fuck could this, who is it? Like, who could it be?
Yeah, and he was like, he's sleeping with Vanessa Ballard, and they were all just like, oh,
You're
shit.
sleeping with the head of the NSA's wife? Which Jake already knew. So it's no surprise to him. Because, I mean, he is the head of the NSA.
So, but then we basically find out that it's Olivia Pope that has planned this whole thing. Like, this whole email shit is all Olivia Pope. Yep. The person that leaked it to the fucking news is Olivia Pope.
That really pisses me off is, like, they have no problem sending a person who has no business to jail.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, they have no problem just taking someone's life and throwing them in jail.
What do they say? It's called honoring your country or giving back. You're being a patriot. They'll say that shit in a quickness. A motherfucking quickness. That's rude. We're going to talk about that on camera. So, then we get back to Melly and them. And Melly basically thinks that Vanessa has been selling secrets to this man who supposedly who's been selling the secrets to the Russians. Like, she's flipping the fuck out. She's freaking the fuck out. And Jake is just like, I'm telling you, everything is fine.
Because he's really not a spy. No. Yeah. This is a lie.
Vanessa would never, ever do no shit like this. He's not a fucking spy. I can assure you that this is all Olivia Pope. I'm going to fix it. Yada, yada, yada. So then, no, this isn't the part. So then she starts going to fuck off, and she's just like, this was supposed to be a good day for me. Like, I can't believe this is happening. Now we have your fucking wife messing with a spy. I'm supposed to be going to get a mammogram today. Do you know how hard it was for me to get an appointment? No president has ever had to get a mammogram because I'm the first one president. Like, she's just rambling and going to fuck off. But side note real quick, everybody's saying that Melly's going to die from cancer.
So is that going to make
Cyrus the president? Because I feel like all along Shonda might have wanted to make him the president just to give him a taste anyway. Because that's what he's been wanting to do.
He don't need a taste.
Yeah, no.
We saw that with him just being fucking chief of staff.
But I'm hoping that Shonda doesn't do that. Like, I mean, Melly gets on my nerves, but
that's the last one. You really want to make Melly die from cancer?
Yeah, that's a lot.
After she finally became the president.
Yeah. So, after she finished spazzing out, she basically tells David Rosen, like, you need to find a way to prove that it was Liv and then make all of this shit go the fuck away. Like, not tomorrow, now. And then she just walks the fuck out. So then Liv goes to see Cyrus, and I'm just like, oh God. They are such fucking frenemies. It's not even funny. Like, they hate each other so much. They are enemies, but it's just like they have this weird friendship. So Cyrus is sitting there, you know, with his leg crossed, sipping on some wine or bourbon, being sassy, and she was just like, "You're not gonna offer me one?" And he was like, "No, bitch, I'm gonna drink with my enemies." And she just like, "I'm sorry about Fenton. If it was another way that I could have went and did it, you know that I would have." And she was just like, "You knew what had to be done, because it's the same thing that you would have done." So.
Right, because if that was Olivia Pope and her fucking boyfriend, and he was Olivia Pope, he wouldn't give no fucking fucks.
So she tells Cyrus, you know, that you're my secret weapon. You know, I'm going to use you. And he's just like, what makes you think that? And she's like, because you're smart and you're a big boy and you know what has to be done. Everything that I've done is the same thing that you would have done. See, Cyrus probably fitting would be dead.
Because remember, that's his fucking student.
Listen, Amanda Tanner.
Hello?
Amanda Tanner.
And that's what she told him. She said, you've done worse for less, bitch. Like, for less. Because he didn't have to kill Amanda Tanner.
He didn't. He could have, like, did some Lizzie Dwyer shit and said her. No, because Amanda was getting kind of crazy. But it really wasn't her. It was Billy.
It was Billy Chambers.
So.
Yeah. Because once that shit really came out with Billy Chambers and she would have saw that she was being used, she would have became a Lindsay fucking Dwyer. Trust me.
So she told Cyrus, like, Melly is lost right now. She's losing her. She's listening to Jake Ballard. This I know Shonda knows that we know that he's a joke. She put her purse down and said, Jake fucking Ballard. She's listening to Jake Ballard, Cyrus.
That's my vagina toy. Like, what do you mean?
Like, bitch, Olivia Pope thinks that Jake is a fucking joke. We're gonna start calling him Joke Ballard. I swear. Jake is a fucking joke. Like, so and she was just like, you know, if I'm out, you know, he got me out. Don't you know that you're next?
You're next, bitch.
He's gonna get you the fuck out of there. He hates you. So Cyrus is kind of like,
You right there, Liv. You right.
So then we get back to OPA and they're basically helping Vanessa and Jake, and the guy is there, the fake spy, the one she's fucking, and he's just like apologizing to her. He's like, look, I'm sorry.
He's like, she said you were okay with it.
She said that you were okay with it. I would have never did it if I didn't. He's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, Jake is just, he's over his head in problems right now.
Because the thing is, he feels like he shouldn't have any problems because he did the ultimate move. So it's just like, why? Because the thing is, you can't steal shit from Olivia Pope and not think that you're going to have some problems. At this point, Olivia Pope should get him killed. Olivia Pope needs to get Jake out of there.
That's what's best right now. He tried to fucking play with her. So they're trying to prove, the OPA and them are trying to prove that Liv put the money in the account, but it's too hard to track it.
Like, because it keeps pointing back to the right.
Right, and he's just like, Hucky's just like, whatever Liv did, it's fucking working. And like, we don't have the evidence to try to do anything. Like, it's just not going to work. Like, she really covered her tracks good, and Jake just gets up. Like, he's just like, well, let me go, because I can see now we ain't going to be able to do shit. He had to threaten homeboy again, too. Because I can't remember what he said, but I know he told him to shut up and eat his melon.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I can't remember what he said, but Jake is just, like, frustrated as shit. So he goes to Melly, he tells Melly that, you know, things aren't going good. Like, whatever she did, she's covered the tracks. I don't know what we're going to do, but I want you to stay calm. So then Cyrus skips into the office all smiling and shit.
He's the devil.
And they just like, you know, this isn't a good time, get the fuck out. He's like, well, I have a way to, you know, fix this. I have a way to make it seem like Vanessa didn't do anything wrong. And to make it seem like Vanessa didn't do anything wrong and to save Jake. So I mean, if y'all want me to get out, I can go, or I can help y'all. Y'all let me know.
And they're like, what do you have, sassy pants?
So basically, he has devised the plan, and Vanessa goes on to an interview with that guy. I can't think of the guy's name.
Yeah.
He's like Don, what's his name? Don Lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Don Lemon.
Yeah, Don Lemon. He's like basically him. Like basically a CNN interview. And Vanessa just basically denies everything. Like she said, you know, we did go to a hotel together or whatever, but that was basically Jake using me as a secret weapon
to see if he really
was a spy.
But what I don't understand is why they didn't clear his name.
Yeah, now they did throw him. They threw him under the bus.
Fucked up.
Now that was fucked up. They did throw homeboy under the bus. Like, see, but that's the difference between Liv and this new QPA. I mean, even though Quinn wasn't there, that's her whole thing. Like, she finds a way to fix the problem, but she also saves you.
Yeah.
That's not what they did. Like, they just fixed the problem.
Cyrus did.
Cyrus, right. This wasn't QPA. Cyrus just fixed the problem. because he had a whole
Because other people they don't care.
Yeah. There's something in my mouth. Anyway, so yeah, and Liv is pissed the fuck off. She's home watching, like, in shock, like, oh no, they didn't. Threw her fucking phone or remoted the fucking TV and everything. So then Cyrus goes to Liv with this whole plan, and he gives her this envelope, and basically the envelope is basically showing what Melly did, the whole plan that they did with Vanessa, to make it seem like what happened really didn't happen.
Right.
So, but basically that whole plan will make Melly
go under.
Like,
it will make him the president.
Right, and then because
Melly would go to jail.
Right, I was gonna say, since Melly would go to jail, it would make Cyrus the next president. And she's just like, wait a minute.
Now you're doing too much.
I never said I wanted to hurt Melly. Melly's my friend. Like, she doesn't deserve this. I don't want to take her under. And I mean, Cyrus.
This was just about Jake.
Cyrus, it's not like you can't take it and do this. And he's just like, well, it's better if you do it. I mean, who better than you to do it? I'm just like, come on, Liv.
Right, do the
I
right thing.
know there's a good person still inside of you, because there was no need for Cyrus to get Melly to do it. But to get Liv to do it. But that's how Cyrus is. That's exactly how Cyrus is. It reminds me of the time that he told Melly to that it was a good idea if she called the parents of the people who had died in, like, the war or something.
Yeah.
And then he went and told the reporters to listen in on the line.
Yeah.
And then when Fitz found out, he flipped the fuck out because he was all over the news. Like, it reminds me of that. Like, and that's why I don't know why. So, you know, Cyrus had told her, you know, Melly is weak. Like, we both know that she's not cut out to be president. I mean, look how easy it was for me to trick her. You know, because if that was Olivia, she would have been like,
She would have smelt it.
Yeah, she would have figured that there was something. Like, why are you just coming to help me?
What's your ulterior motive?
And if it was Fitz, of course, again, Olivia would have.
I would say Fitz would have said something to Olivia. So.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was basically Cyrus being Cyrus as fucking usual. So you know, then we get back to Quinn and Rowan, and she basically tells him, you know, she tries to give him a deal. And she's just like, I know in the end, like, if it comes between me and Robin and Liv, excuse me, if it comes between me and Robin and Liv, you're going to choose Liv.
Right.
So I just need to make some kind of deal with you. So basically she's telling, like, you know, I know that nobody can know that I'm alive. So me, Charlie, and the baby, like, we will go live in a cabin in the fucking woods. We will move across the fucking world. Like, we will never say anything again. If she was like, we'll never say anything again, and I won't do anything to Liv. Like,
you just gotta let me go.
You just have to let me go. And like, Rowan is really not fucking feeling it, but
I mean, it was a good deal.
It was a good deal.
And like, it's just, honestly, it's like, I can't keep them cool.
Right, like I can't,
unless I want to kill them.
Right.
Because I can't, and mothers and children, we can't.
Right. So
I might as well.
He didn't even disagree. Like, he was just like, whatever. So then we get to Melly at the doctor. She taking pictures. She about to get a mammogram. Everybody leaves out the room, and then Liv comes in after Secret Service fucking tries her bitch. When Olivia's trying to come through, let her the fuck through.
Right.
Fuck you, me. So anyway, Liv tells her that she's not stepping down. Like, I'm not resigning. So, and Melly just like blows her up like, oh God, I guess we're going to have to take the wrong way. And she was like, I'm not going to be resigning. I'm going to be calling for you two. So Melly's just like, what? Excuse me? So she gives her the envelope, and she's just like, Melly, you know, I really came to you as a friend to, I mean, mind you, while Liv said all this, Melly's reading it like, oh shit, like,
right. I have to go down.
I'm really going to go down. She's just like, I came to you as a friend to tell you how to resign. You know, you want to resign with grace. You don't want to make it seem like you did something really bad and mess it up for women, more women who in the future could possibly be president. You don't want to make it seem like, you know, as soon as we get this woman president, it's this big fuck up. Like,
right.
You have to take responsibility for this. Like, you have to just blame it on yourself. Like, don't make it seem like other women can't handle this
like, don't
job.
Make it a woman thing. Just make it a Melly thing.
Right. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know in this moment, should Melly be grateful or what? Because it's just like, bitch, what?
Well, why would she be grateful? It's like, bitch, you about to sell me out.
I mean, I get
She should be scared.
I get it, Liv, but at the same time, I'm just like...
This was her, oh, bitch, you thought. Because then she gave it to her. Because who would know about this? How did this get in my hands? If literally only you, Joke, and Cyrus knew, how did I find out? So it wasn't, because I think at this point she knew that she was going to resign because she knows that the person that she's become is just like too much.
Yeah.
Like it's just too much. But this was her last card to play to show like, watch who you, I'm gone. Watch who you keep. Watch your company that you keep.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason that I should have got this if I'm not working in the White House.
Exactly. Yeah.
So just blackheads fucking up.
That was smart. So then we get back to QPA, and they're thinking about shutting down QPA since Quinn is gone. And Charlie is just like kind of freaking out. Like he's just like, no, like, and they're just like, well, Quinn's not here, so it's just like maybe, we should just go ahead and shut it down.
Like, eventually. Or something like that.
So Charlie's just like kind of freaking out, and then he's like, wait, I have something to show y'all.
He kind of referenced her not being dead, and I'm like, Charlie, shut the fuck up.
Right. I knew Charlie wasn't going to be able to hold this in anyway, so we knew that this shit was coming. So, he's like, wait, y'all just wait here. How can Abby kind of look at each other like, this motherfucker is going to be a problem. Like, he's not trying to let go.
We may have to kill this nigga.
Right. So, he goes to Papa Poke's house, and he's throwing rocks at Quinn's window. And then Papa Poke roll up on him like, the fuck is you doing, my nigga?
Right.
And he's just like, I just came to get Quinn and the baby. And he's just like, I thought they left with you like an hour ago.
So who the fuck did Quinn call? Uber?
Quinn just rolled the fuck out. So then we get to Liv, and Liv is coming in the house. And when she gets in the house, she hears a fucking baby like cooing. So she's just like, what the fuck is going on?
At this point, Olivia, if you don't move or get better locks, like, if I was Olivia Pope, I would have a monitor in my house, and every time before I walk through, I would look at it. Just to make sure there's nobody in there. Everybody's in your fucking house. We've been saying this since like season 3.
I've been saying
you gotta move.
So she sees this baby, and she's kind of like freaking out, and then she hears Quinn, and Quinn is just like, cute baby, right? I wanted you to bring your goddaughter to see you. So Liv is just like, what's going on? Like,
she really thought she was dead.
She really thought she was fucking dead. So Quinn, Quinn has the gun in her hand, and Liv is just kind of backing up and just trying to talk to her like, Quinn, she's trying to tell her what's going on. Like, Liv is just talking. She's like, no, this time you're not going to talk. Like, you're not going to talk your way out of this. You talk your way out of every fucking thing. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
This is when you should have listened, though, Quinn.
So Liv is just like, listen, I know you have a lot to say, but put the gun down because there are snipers that are watching this apartment, and pretty soon they're going to get tired of you putting the gun in Command's face. And Quinn is just like, I'm not trying to hear that. Shut the fuck up. She's just like, Quinn, please. Like, we can talk. You just got to beg a little bit. Next thing you know, pew, pew.
I saw that red dot.
And y'all, I was so scared.
I was excited.
So Liv is on the ground, Quinn is on the ground, Quinn's looking around, Quinn gets up and she realizes she's not shot, and then she looks over and Liv is shot!
It was my happiest moment. I was so happy. Because she needs to get shot. The fuck?
I never thought in my wildest dream, because at first, you know what, you can't put nothing past Shonda and Liv these days, because I never thought that Olivia Pope would kill anybody.
Right.
I don't regret it though, because Andrew had to go.
I've been saying Uncle Andrew needs to die.
But Liv got shot. Like, I was like, she did kill Luna Vargas. Not with her own hands though.
Take this pill.
I was stressed the fuck out, but even in her like being shot, blood was every day. Y'all was stressed the fuck out in here. But she went to the door and she told Quinn, get out, because they're not done. Like, they're going to come the fuck over here looking for you. Get the fuck out of here. But
you and your goddamn baby.
My baby was on the ground bleeding.
Good.
Oh, God, it was too much for me. I'm starting to get flashbacks.
She's the only person who ain't been shot yet. I'm happy.
So then we get back to Melly and Jake, and Melly is basically letting Jake know that Liv knows that about everything that happened, and it's nothing that she can do. Like, I'm about to lose my job. I'm about to not be president no more, and there's nothing we can do. So, ain't shit Jake can say.
Right. That's it.
We all know Jake can't beat Liv at nothing.
Nothing.
Remember when he called himself going to her house and masturbating, not making forced masturbating on her, because you know that's what he does. You know, he likes to choke her and you know shit like that. And then she went right back on his ass and jerked him off real bad in the bathroom. This is a disgusting show. But Liv always beats his ass. So then you know, Liv goes to Papa Pope to get the bullet out of her and get sewn up. And while they're there, she's crying, and you know, they both reveal to each other that they lied, and she's just like, you lied to me about Quinn. He's just like, well, I had to lie, because if I would have told you, would you have given me my bones, and blah, 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 blah. So she's crying, and she's just like, Quinn hates me, you know, like my best friend hates me. So then Liv and Papa Pope are like crying, like she's crying, Papa Pope puts his head on her head, and he's crying, and it's just crazy like that. This is how fucked up Papa Pope is, that he can't just say, I love you.
Right.
Like, he has to tell her this story about the dinosaurs.
What did I say? How many languages does he speak? He doesn't speak love. He speaks dinosaur, violence, and wine.
And, you know, basically this story reveals that even though a lot of people didn't think that dinosaurs cared for their young, they have proof, because it was like a skeleton of a dinosaur.
Protecting her for
and yeah, when they moved it, it was
babies
and eggs. Like, it was protecting all of its babies. So basically, I love you. You know, I know that
I'm protecting my baby.
I'm protecting
my eggs.
And I love you. And I'm sorry. Like, he can't say it out of his mouth, but the story basically
said everything. And so, you know, sometimes that's all you need is a story, a little anecdote.
It was a little emotional, Papa Pope.
I almost cried.
So then we get to the end, and, you know, Liv, you know, the news is just showing different stuff, you know, about Liv is supposed to be resigning today. And even though we know that Liv was supposed to go out there and not resign, like she was basically, she had already had her whole plan. I'm really happy that things happen like this. So basically, instead of throwing Melly under the bus, she goes and she resigns, and, you know, she just says that it's time for her to move on. And she just speaks so highly of Melly. Like, she says so many nice things about Melly. She talks about Melly's dreams, how good of a friend she is.
Melly giving her a chance.
How she hopes that one day that they can work together again. Like, I never heard Liv say this many nice things about Melly in my entire life. But as she's doing this and she's resigning, they show a clip of Cyrus, and Cyrus is in tears, because once again, he almost had that Oval Office, and it's back to the corner office. I was actually really happy about that. And then as she's still talking, Jake is like packing up all of the B613 stuff since Liv has shut it down. But the lights come back on, which means, here, you can have it.
Your command.
Your command.
I gave it to you. Again, you can't take it. I have to give you. I have to shower blessings upon you. I have showered so many blessings upon you right now, because your ass would have been going to jail too. So you're not in jail. You get my old job, and you get to be commander.
Exactly. So then while they're watching, Huck and Abby are watching the news. Huck turns around and he sees something, and he's like, Abby, look. So then Quinn walks in with the baby and lets Abby hold the baby, and Abby's crying, hugging Quinn, and then Huck holds the baby, and it's just like the family's back together. It was emotional.
Hold on, was Charlie with her?
Yeah, okay. Charlie was with her. And Charlie's smiling too. And then, you know, Melly's watching the whole press conference, and she's like in tears, because it's just like, damn. Like, she didn't throw me under the bus. Like, she not making me get fired. I'm not going to jail.
She really is my friend.
And she really is my friend. Like, I know Liv is
ruthless. But the thing is, as ruthless as she is, she literally only does things because she has to. Because even if she would have let young homeboy go back to Bashran and all that, it's no telling what Melly would have did.
Right.
What you know about her emotions, and that would have made her and Melly go into a different place. So right now, I'm just gonna have to nip this in the bud and kill you.
Right. So then, you know, she resigns, and then, you know, Marcus gives her like the nod, like you did the right thing, and she's like, I know. This was definitely a Fitzeless episode. I just thought about that. And now then they show the previews for next week.
Is she taking her ass to Vermont?
No, see now this is my whole thing. Because we see when How to Get Away with Murder ended, how Liv is going to come into the picture. But it really didn't show anything as to how how Liv jumps into How to Get Away with Murder. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what was Liv doing when she resigned? Like, was she going on college?
Where is How to Get Away with Murder? Where is it?
Philly.
Okay. So only thing I can think of is somebody could have called her to help her teach a class.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not just to do a lecture.
And then maybe Michaela found out that she was in town.
Well, Michaela's probably been following Olivia Pope all her career.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's a black.
No, that's what I was telling Candace, because Candace was like, how does Michaela know about Olivia Pope? And I was like, because she's been like in office for 20,000 years.
For years. Like,
right.
She's between the previous and the current presidency, she's been in and out. Don't forget, she had sex with the president,
right.
But then she still got to work for the White House, so like everybody knows her.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense that, you know, now that she's not working, hey, you're not working. Would you like to come and do a lecture at the college? And then just so happens she's going to be at that college.
So the crossover is coming on in 2 weeks because Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, and Grey's Anatomy are off for the next 2 weeks because the Olympics are on. All of our shows are off. This Is Us, Blackish, all of our shows.
Hold on, when does it come back?
The 1st.
Huh?
Yeah. 2 weeks. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah, so I thought this was a good episode. I thought it was written great. I think it was really good. You know, I know some of y'all don't be happy when Finn's not here or things not going the way y'all want them, but overall I think it was a good episode, and I'm giving my love person to Charlie and Liv. I really enjoyed both of them. You know, even though Liv had to do some crazy stuff at the end, you really see like she really has a good heart, and in that, as she was resigning, it's like something new came over her face.
She became her old self.
Yeah. Now I saw a lot of people saying that I don't want to go that far because you never know what this bitch might do next.
No, what I'm saying is, as her old self is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
No longer this dark White House person. Because, you know, every now and then, she needs to get kicked the fuck out of the White House so she can come back to reality, because all that power, and that's been since Fitz has been in office.
Yeah.
She can't be in the White House too much. It's too much power for her.
Yeah. So, like I said, I enjoyed this episode. You guys make sure y'all come and comment. Of course, my hate person is Cyrus and Jake. Easy. But make sure y'all come and comment.
I like Cyrus. Jake is a joke. As we can see, he's an imbecile who doesn't fucking think for his own. Everybody has to tell him what to do. He's a puppet.
Y'all let me know how y'all felt about this episode. Leave your comments. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Now, I did read some of you guys' comments, but remember, I put the video up late and then it ran into the next video. Like, I really never had time to go back and comment, but I have been reading you guys' comments from the last one, and I will make sure that I reply on this one. You guys have a great next 2 weeks. I'm going to miss you guys, y'all. Scandal's almost over. I think the last episode is April the 19th, so
we don't need to be having no 2 weeks off, so that means
it's not many episodes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 more episodes left.
Damn.
If this is your first time watching, make sure you subscribe. We'll be here every Friday, Saturday, one of these days, with an all-new Scandal review. For the people who have been watching, make sure you share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother, your cousin, your sister, your brother. Tell somebody about the show, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. But for my other people, I'll see y'all on Monday.
And if you didn't know, now you know. There's no show like the show where we love Scandal over here. Peace out. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Oh, this is cute.
What?